condom comes in.
No. Let's hear it out.
Dark
It's
room
just like
running
if someone gave you a piece of gum.
dark room of teenagers running around.
Yeah. This can't go
This
wrong
was before
at all.
the running around.
I'm really actually hoping it's more of like a sodomy joke. But let's hear it.
Nothing even that bad. I was just high as fuck. And we're all sitting there putting this stuff on. And the dude walks up to me. He's like, you have it on upside down. I don't know how I managed to put the laser tag vest on upside down.
So upside down was with the link.
Mm-hmm. I was just sitting
Yeah,
there
I'm still wanting a condom over a laser gun.
No, like we're going full on headcanon on this one. That story was too bad. We need something more entertaining here.
So someone decided to see this condom would stretch over a laser tag gun, and then someone decided to see if you would stretch over the laser tag gun.
Yeah.
Probably.
At that point, he's no. In his mind, he's just like, I only have to stretch over a condom. That's easy.
See,
Honestly, that's probably what
in my head, I'm thinking the laser tag is run by some like old Vietnam vet, and so he's got like condoms over the tips of the guns to protect them, like while they're marching and shit. Like, turn on the fucking fire sprinklers. Lasers start going. He goes fucking bonkers like the fucking squirrel from Happy Tree Friends. Starts killing all the kids.
This isn't
This is the only one who made it out alive.
I just want to be like one of those really cheap, like pre-made, like laser tag kits that you buy. You see all over like the fucking old malls and stuff. So they have like the helicopter intros.
Yeah.
Little ones.
I just like the idea of like that headcanon with the Vietnam vet because Jesse's the only one who makes it out alive. But like when you see the Vietnam vet walking out the other side and he's got like Jesse on a rope around the neck and he's dressed like some like a female Vietnamese like POW.
Full Vietnam.
Yeah, because he defaulted.
$5, me love you long time.
He's like, no, talkie. Come talk to boy. He love you long time.
Yeah, like full on fucking
Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah. Just like dead child parts like all over the fucking laser tag room. Yeah.
I like how you started recording
So
before we got to this.
why is it directly at me?
Ooh. Not my fault. You could have swapped seats with Jesse. You know that? Hey, I'm just happy that the fucking mic is actually picking up better today than it usually does.
It's the rain.
You do have it pointed differently than usual.
You really
What,
does.
the mic?
Yeah. Or it might just be my angle.
I think it's just your angle.
I realized it like as I said, I was like, oh wait.
Yeah. All right, so last session, waking up in the canyon full of piles of maybe dead bodies, hard to tell.
At this point, yes.
Incredibly well-preserved dead bodies. Making your way towards, in the direction that you are assuming leads to the necromancer's place of living business? Unliving business?
Place of rest.
Who knows?
Abode.
No. Where he makes his living? His business? Unliving business? You know what you did.
Eventually being ambushed on the way by a bone claw. A very strange entity with 4-foot-long scythe-like claws holding Arkin hostage. Look, it could have been another group of hags, okay? Just be glad.
Not you.
Or
That
just
one.
one really big
That
doll.
one. You are punt size. You realize that, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, the good news is, R's not here, so he can't cast Remove Curse on me.
He also can't cast.
Huh?
Also can't cast light.
That too, yeah. Yeah.
Jeff is gonna be walking around with a torch.
Being escorted the rest of the way to the Necromancer's Citadel, I guess we can call it. Necropolis.
Yeah.
By the Bone Claw, you all enter into the abode of the Necromancer.
Mm-hmm.
Taking the chance to move up to the next floor and admire some of the treasures that he has amassed, you are met towards the end of the treasure room by the Necromancer himself. Offered a tour of the place, you all take him up on it. He leads you around the next floor up, which is his experimentation room. Gaining a decent amount of information. Surprisingly, no hostile actions from anybody in the process.
Rare for this group, huh?
Genuinely surprised me. You eventually sufficiently caught his attention.
Come in.
Eat some food.
Ew.
Oh, shit. Move. Okay. Just need water?
Yes.
Dry food?
No.
Thank you. I got it.
Aha.
Do you still do sessions with the two of them? Or plan to?
Kind of.
What are you doing?
Oh, nothing.
I wouldn't fit over my head anyways,
Waterboarding?
trust me.
Oh, you just have a dried heart about it. So,
Just my position.
sufficiently catching his attention, he offers food and board for the night
Mm-hmm.
and more conversation. Finding out a lot more about his personal history and a decent amount about the actual history of the place, at least as much as he knows. You all take him up on the offer of a place to sleep, and he leads you upstairs to the common sleeping area. Several small pranks later, and a lot of searching around the place.
Or something you could just put your hand through.
That's right.
Arkin manages to find hidden inside of one of the walls behind the tapestry.
I'm sorry, is your light ever turn?
What happened? Okay. A suspiciously placed black silk hood. Everyone sleeps for the night, turns in, has their long rest, and in the morning, the Necromancer offers to shorten your trip and give you a safer option than heading back down the magically trapped, magically created tunnel. Bring you upstairs to where he has a modified version of a teleportation circle. Dothamar, wanting to test his luck with some magic, made an admirable effort, I must say, but had a very slim chance of finding out any information about the spell book that he was trying to investigate. Except to become the target of said spell, and finally succumbing to it, turned into stone. Shortly thereafter, being turned back to flesh by the Necromancer with a moderately stern warning about going above your level in spells. about to head back through the portal, Dothamar comes to the realization that he's still under the effects of some of the effects of the spell for at least a period of time afterwards. But the necromancer informs him that roughly about 24 hours and all should be well again. And Dothamar has no reason to doubt him.
And no way to disagree with him.
And no way to
I've got plenty
disagree.
of ways to disagree. I'm choosing not to use them.
But why would you? You trust him
like
implicitly.
him.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, the
He's
spell-
your best friend.
The spell
Like,
says you guys are buddy buddies. You're his bitch now. Good job.
He did not say I was his bitch.
Yeah.
So who's the one with the rope around
not specifically.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You haven't got any first.
Cutting your losses, heading back through the teleportation circle. You find yourself back on the promontory of the Svirfneblin village, close to where the docks are for the riverboats. And the day is yours.
Mm-hmm.
Do we see R traipse off somewhere?
Not as of yet. He's still kind of hanging out with you guys.
He's gonna go enjoy that kind of ale.
And the sweet, sweet midget sex.
Well, he could get that anytime
Fire
he
Soul
wanted.
Thunder don't take vows of celibacy?
No, not even remotely close.
Oh, fuck.
Especially not this one.
Mr. Sunshine and Rainbows, really?
For the right amount of gold, anyone in the party.
He was intrigued by that sound of grinding rocks. He wants to find out more.
When he watches this, he's going to be like, oh, God damn it.
I just see him like we had different experiences when we saw those elementals, huh? Giant woman.
God damn.
Sit on my face and telling me that you love me. Sit on my face and telling you.
For the right amount of gold, anyone in the party can have awesome midget sex.
Yeah,
Will I
no.
pay what I can get for free?
Yeah. So, what is your first order of business?
Gotta tell the Smurfland, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, phrasing, in-game
Well,
phrasing.
But yeah.
Do we want to do anything before we start telling them to probably pack up and move, and they tell us we're not going to move, and we're going to know how this is going to go? You have hands.
Yeah, no, I have hands and I'm thinking. I don't really need to do anything just yet.
Are you writing this down?
Yeah, I was like, you can't talk. You have hands.
No. I'm just like George is telling you that Dothamar doesn't really need to do anything just yet. Dothamar is right, pull out a quill and a piece of paper, is writing in common, is just like no. It's a very matter of fact point.
Don't you have to keep track of your paper and ink materials and stuff? No.
Yes and no,
For the most part,
for
but
the most part. Like, this is just
it's the magical ones are the only ones that I generally worry
Okay.
about,
Well, you're gonna
and
waste
those
your
are the ones he
paper
keeps track of.
to
There's
write
only a
down your
handful of
stuff.
actual sheets of paper you've used at this point. So
Yeah, no.
I don't usually worry too much about it.
Yeah, no.
All right, that's fine. I'm just
No.
curious.
We're getting shitty.
I'm not. I was just like, okay, you could have literally just done that, but you're gonna start wasting like the paper and stuff. I was just checking in on you. Sorry. I don't fucking know.
Okay then.
I scribbled stuff in dirt. I guess that just shows our upbringings.
Pull an arrow out and just draw on the stone.
I mean, basically what we've done every time I have to write anything. I'm like, yeah, I'll write in dirt.
That is true. And then Dothamar is always the one who's like, let me pull out official
I
paper
see
and
this
pen.
very large, like ostrich feather quill, taller than him, bobbing back and forth. Yeah. It's kind of funny how we accidentally do that all the time. Oops. So how's the fighting going?
Not well.
So,
First time since Wednesday morning that I had nicotine.
All you do is restart your 72 hours all over again.
shit happens.
It's fine.
Is that my new nickname?
At the end of the day, shit happens. So, if for ease of sake, you guys, it can be assumed you guys can take the very first day, make yourselves more comfortable, at least to some extent, renew some of your rations, see if there's ways that you can help the Smurfneblin around the village, stuff like that.
Right.
Take it easy, nothing too crazy, and we can pick up on the second day if you would like.
That'd be preferable.
Might be a chance though, since you have the majority of an actual full day just about, if you would like to do anything with your lore stone.
I guess I would.
So whatever spells that you would have prepared the day before, you have to select from to go ahead and throw into your lore stone. So just kind of write a list and see.
18 hours.
This would have been fairly early in the morning, probably somewhere between 7 and 8 o'clock. You've got every bit of until 9, 10. Probably push to actually you probably push as far as midnight, really.
Yeah.
And still get a good early start. Absolutely.
When we're taking
So,
a
yeah,
day
like 17 or
off,
18
then I'm going
hours.
to just kind of explore the area a little bit
Mhm.
and work on my book.
Okay. The 3 large earth elementals that you had seen before are still moving around the area, still putting houses
The
back
village
together.
How much of the village would we say is rebuilt at this point?
Less than a third. Still
So
a
it's been slowed down.
still a surprisingly small portion of the village. It's slow going. The earth elementals can't do a ton super fast. They have an uncanny knack with stone, but it's slow going.
More of the population out and about than they were when we left.
Yeah. There's not as many people that are still. There's still a small contingent of the surviving Smurfneblin that are over by the area where the supplies are, but the majority of them are coming in and out of the supply buildings themselves. More of an organizing, since all the stuff that was sitting outside has already been moved inside at this point. It's more of a moving things around, divvying things up to people that can take back to their individual houses that are actually rebuilt.
I'm guessing all the children immediately run inside when they see Arkin.
Just one is just very likely.
Make a perception check, Arthur. Just to see.
This is great.
So, mod 22.
Come on, yes.
There is, over waiting in line at one of the farthest supply rooms, in amongst the Smurfneblin that are over on that side. There seems to be one small child that seems to be hiding behind another of the Smurfneblin and just kind of keeps peeking around at you.
I know that one.
At the risk of sounding fantasy racist, the majority of the Smurfneblin do look very much alike. Unless you're one of them who knows how to see the individual rock formations and stuff of them. But yeah, this one caught your attention. You could recognize this one. So,
fierce healthy. Helping it grow.
What's that?
It's a little fierce healthy. Helping it grow.
That one child is going to grow up to try and kill all humans in existence.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Okay, so human kick kid downstairs versus like USA.
This is
bombing
that
Middle East.
Smurf Neville's
I made
going
Bin
to.
Laden. Smurf Bin Laden.
That Smurf Neville is going to actually end up like growing up to be a rogue, and this is the edgy backstory.
Oh, great. I was almost murdered by a visitor to my village. Like, bitch, I put you got some goddamn stairs.
She kicked me to the ground. She beat me. Torched my home.
I said that'd be the last time I ever bow down to a human. No,
Stand up tall.
They's got to take Ranger. It'll be like Gloomstalker Ranger. His enemy species is human.
Mm-hmm. Your favorite enemy is going to be human. I like it. I like where this is going.
Is that going to be your next character?
Not mine. I'm sure it'll be someone else. Whoever watches this inside, they really want to just fucking murder me. You can't keep attacking your party. Like, that's part of my backstory.
I hate all humans, but her in particular.
You heard me. Every time Gross to bed. Bitch.
It's going to be the character George uses after he dies.
Fuck her kid.
And I was, now they have to take like some class in artificer so they can like bend or kill all humans.
I like it.
Jesus.
A Warforged. All right, so continuing on.
Yeah, we'll sketch that scene out. Like one of those like nice like African tourism. I went to this village. These cute little kids looking behind me. Only I know what that look really means. Every night I fall asleep looking at the fear in his eyes.
All right, so
I'm trying to find the messages where I sent you the spells that I was putting in the lore stone, so I can start a separate list for that. Because I know it's been like I put like 2 or 3 in there already.
Sesame.
Yeah. I would say you're probably up to like 3 or 4 at this point, somewhere around there that have been in there.
I'm gonna have like 4 different spell sheets.
Part of being a wizard.
No, it's not. Most wizards
It's
have
part of
one.
being this wizard.
Yeah, it's part of being this wizard. Okay.
Because most of them don't have a lore stone. Would you rather I take it away?
No. that's not
All
what I
right.
want.
All right, then. Most of them aren't the chosen of Azuth. Would you want me to take that away?
No.
I didn't think so.
What does this do?
Magic.
Not wrong.
I'm sorry.
Can we go pet the bunnies now? Sure. All right, so end of the first day. We'll call that one a relaxation day. Waking up the next morning. What's going on?
Is Smurf Neblin, are they family oriented? They live in like nuclear families.
Pretty much.
Alright.
It seems you've been around them enough at this point, like off and on for the past couple weeks. Yeah, they're very much. There's a heavy aspect of like a nuclear family, but it takes a village to raise a child, like that kind of an idea. You see that there's a lot of community work together type of a mentality.
No slaves.
Absolutely not.
Indentured servitude.
Absolutely not.
Abusive apprenticeship.
Not even
Fire
remotely
case.
close.
So not buying a child.
Nope.
Where are you going? I mean, you can steal it.
Where am I going with this? I literally said where I was going.
I literally said buying a child. Where do you think I'm going with this?
Yeah, I'm gauging the morality before I open my mouth.
Shall we steal the child?
I mean, going through the portal back home is almost instantaneous.
far as you know.
As far as I know.
Yes.
When we go back through the tower, can we take other things back with us that are alive, or does Elise like control how many people in and out? I forget the rules.
Okay, so like.
Certain portals have certain restrictions. As far as you know, this one does not.
Yeah, I remember like.
Right, but
as
at
far as
least
you
would
know.
have an issue with a character that's probably been taken hostage, like especially a goodly character.
You
Like
don't
what?
know about it until you get to the other side.
Yeah, if I
No.
know about it, it's safe to assume.
Doss doesn't have to
Todd
know.
doesn't have to know. Yeah, well, I'm gonna do it around him anyway. He's not gonna let me.
Do me a favor. Roll an Arcana check.
Is she going to get something of mine?
No,
It just
Okay.
hurts because he knows it's like the only thing I don't have.
just an Arcana check.
Besides, it's a small little Swift Neblin. You can just put it in the bag and
10?
10.
Mm.
Yeah, how small are these children?
You know he's holding a sentient. Well, you know how his weapon does have sentience. You're not really sure how far it extends.
That's fair.
Okay, it's actually just 2.
Oh,
both
only
of
2
them
that
are-
you've been in so far.
But one's third level, one's fourth level.
That's why. Okay, that would explain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that you had spent like a decent amount of time. I wasn't sure if it was multiple spells or just 2 bigger ones.
I mean,
That makes sense.
It took good amount of time.
Yeah, absolutely.
You say stealing indigenous children. I say expanding their horizons.
relocating
You know what
them to a more
everyone
rich
else calls
area.
it? Kidnapping. You know what we're actively all going against right now?
Stockholm syndrome.
Kidnapping.
It's only
Oh.
kidnapping for like the first 6 months.
Okay, hold on a second. It's still 6 months of kidnapping. Like, just because the kid ends up liking you doesn't change the fact about how you met. You know, like,
Have we tried to explain that to Cody yet?
yeah, one would hope. But
Oof.
he
Has he
has no hope,
understood it?
so I don't really care,
Oof.
quite honest with you.
The only thing keeping Cody from becoming worse is he doesn't have a basement.
Well, it's Florida.
It's Florida. And I don't think any other state would take him, so.
Alabama.
I think
Yeah,
he's,
you know what? With this, how many times he's tried to fuck you? I believe that.
I mean,
Yeah, you're fucking welcome, you asshole.
that wouldn't hurt.
couple more years and you'll be out of his age range. So of course.
Mm.
And tight.
I'm already.
No, you're already over 18.
He'll dip in the teens. Once he hits 20, we're good. We don't have to worry anymore.
That's a safe bet. That's a safe bet.
Oh, shoot.
All right, so
It can be good.
I'm sorry, you're still on this? I thought we were done with that. Like, because it's not gonna happen.
It
No,
can
no, no.
definitely happen.
No.
I mean, okay, so how small are these children? Because they're already a small species.
they're already a small species. You're looking. The majority of the ones that you've seen so far are probably just over 2 foot. You've seen a couple smaller ones that have been held. Surprisingly small number of them that are that small. In the whole time you've been here, you've probably seen 2. There's a decent number of the ones that are somewhere between, we'll call it just under 2 foot and just under 3 foot, somewhere in that age range.
Mhm.
You can tell that they're definitely not fully grown yet. There's a surprisingly large number of those.
So that was the baby boom. Or something killed off the infants, or something's causing infertility.
Depending on how thick they are, we could just put them in the fire.
Well, I
Did
was
you
like,
say thick?
I mean, the 2 foot one would be kind of hard to get in the bag. I'm assuming that's what age range mine is.
Yes.
Because the 2 to 3 foot would be closer to teenagers, so they probably hopefully don't cry to mom like a little bitch. I mean, so that's probably elementary school age, so they're still trainable, and they'll probably fit in the bag. And they only have to stay in there for a little amount of time. Mhm. We have a tower. Come on. They have their own room. You can see sunlight. go
I'm
on
sorry. Are you still on
adventures.
this?
We
Think
can
of
just
your
have.
stable hand. We have a stable full of fucking lizards that we just like left by themselves.
We have a
As
whole
far as you
bunch.
know.
There's
Yeah.
a bunch of extra rooms in there. We could just start kidnapping all the random like little children we find.
Okay, see, this is
Okay,
actually
and
hold on
then
a
we
second,
could
hold
have
on.
an
I
See,
army.
this is my issue. Is because it never starts off with just like, hey, let's hire someone to look after our pets. It's always just like, hey, let's commit something that we would go to jail for in real life for a long, long time.
we're not like fucking priests. We're not gonna bury them in the back if it goes wrong. Like,
Yeah. We'll give them.
That wasn't anywhere near where I was going.
If it goes wrong, we
house
can.
elf.
If it goes.
Okay, so many things wrong with that. I don't even know where to begin. How about like indentured servitude, which is
Indentured
just slavery
No,
with
no, no,
extra
no, no.
steps?
No.
Indentured servitude
Indentured-
implies you're gonna let them go.
Yeah, it promises freedom at the end
Yeah.
This
from
is
what?
just adopting with fewer steps.
from their house chores. When they're adult, they
No,
can
no,
move
no,
on.
no. Yeah, like freedom
No,
from life is
No,
like
no,
okay,
no,
because
we're not
like
gonna we're not gonna be like, hey, you don't do what I want, I'm gonna kill you.
yeah. No, you keep on saying we. I'm not part of this, right?
Well,
I'm
I hope no one in the tower would be beating the child servant for disobeying.
okay. No. Okay, we don't need a child servant.
Yes, we
They're
do.
not gonna stay
No, we
child
don't.
forever. He's already 2 foot. Like they hit
Okay,
3 foot. They're
here's the
adults.
thing. Okay. We're doing this stuff in the wrong fucking order, so that's my fault. I do apologize. No.
Think about it though.
No.
If they
You're
do
not
die,
the DM today.
No.
if
No,
they do
it's
die,
not-
we can just gain favor with Almond Root.
No.
I can bring it back.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna kill the fucking thing in the first place.
we're not gonna
I
kill
mean-
it. We're gonna nab it.
Not everyone here has animal
Oh.
handling, so you might kill it.
Okay.
I want to
I'm
keep
not
that
just.
child.
I
before
am
we
done
leave.
discussing this. I'm not discussing
I
this
want
with
to
you
kidnap the
bunch of
child before we
assholes.
leave.
What?
I want to kidnap the child before we leave.
Oh, fucking course you do.
All right. So, what are you guys doing?
She's kidnapped. She's
No,
committing
no,
a
we're
felony.
not.
Not yet.
I don't know how they define that.
So, what are you guys doing?
Talking to the chief.
Are you
Yeah.
are you more concerned over the nomenclature, like the local legality of child theft?
Pun intended. No, please.
Get fucked.
It's got like a foot left. It's got a foot left to grow before it can do it at once. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right. So, what are you guys doing?
I mean, we should talk to the chief and let him know.
Burying her food with your
That
dad.
you're stealing a child?
I haven't done it yet.
Okay.
I'm not even actively like doing anything. Like you guys see me like buy a hammer and some rope and some bleach at the local
Yeah.
store. Yeah, there's a concern, but
Yeah. Here's the thing about it. Here's the fun thing about
I'm not walking.
talking
around-
about doing something and doing it is because is like the first part of doing something is talking about it.
Okay, I'm not walking around just casually asking if there's an apothecary I can bribe for poison. Like I'm not doing that shit yet.
Yeah.
I don't need to already know. I already paid them.
Oh my god.
She's not joking. She already did.
We're not eating any food Arkin makes.
Why
That
not
was,
in the
that was
kitchen every time
long
we're in the
before
tower?
you got around.
You literally have it every time we're in the tower and in the kitchen.
I know.
Okay,
Oh, I know.
you are eating the food. I forgot to.
Okay. So, what are you guys doing?
That banana bread doesn't magically appear.
Y'all pick. Y'all pick what you're doing
We
first.
should talk to the chief, let him know what's going on, so they have a reasonable amount of time to make the choices that they want to, and we're not responsible for their choices.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone understands that. They choose to die here, that's on them.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
on
if we
him.
take the child, we're actually saving the species.
Yeah, if we take,
It's
Hold on
like
a
a
second.
zoo.
We're not saving the species. There's deep domes that live on Faerun.
we're saving.
We're not saving the species.
Yes,
That's
we are.
that
But this
argument
specific-
isn't valid.
That's
We're
like
saving
saying
their
like
legacy.
that's like talking about like salamanders. Sure, there's salamanders, but there's this particular kind. It's like orchids. Like yeah, billions of orchids. This particular kind.
I cannot believe it. This is what we're doing. This is what we're talking
I
about.
said only if they choose death.
Mhm.
Well, if they choose death, you're gonna
Then it's
kidnap one of
rescuing,
their
not
children.
Well, they'll have to just pick another one too, just in case. I'm assuming they
Kidnapping
reproduce
two
sexually
children.
because we walked in on that couple. Or do they just do that for fun? Is that reproduction or just fun? We're not sure.
You don't know yet. You're not sure.
All right, we'll figure it out. We get two toothers. We'll find out in about a foot years of growth.
I mean, we probably could just walk around the village a whole bunch and find out.
Okay, you want to be a peeping Tom? You do you. I'm okay with kids being
You don't
afraid
have
of
to
me.
be a
That's a whole
peeping
nother
Tom.
level.
You just gotta listen a little.
I'm okay with kidnapping a child, but I'm not okay with like getting caught peeping on them.
You don't have to peep. You just
That's
have to
another
listen.
level of personal like invasion. Assaulting children versus like assaulting adults. Adults deserve respect. Children are still, they're kids.
You already
It
assaulted
sounds
a
like it's
child.
going towards the realm of a really, really, really late term abortion.
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like.
Don't get me wrong, there's an
Biden
argument to be
didn't
made
win,
for that,
so-
but not right now. This isn't the time for that argument.
I mean, Biden didn't win now, so I mean, you have like the tanks scrolling through,
That's
the red
true.
lines.
That's true.
Now you can abort your kids at 10 years old.
Right.
I mean,
I bet
you know how communism works.
I mean, you've always been able to as long as you did it with a gun. But now you can do it without a gun.
Thanks, NRA. Hey,
I bet
subscribe and link to our sponsors.
Don't do that. That's ugh. Oh, that makes me feel slimy.
Think about taking money for the NRA? You can have ads like DeSantis and Publix. It'll be fun.
And Hobby Lobby,
Oh, here, Hobby Lobby.
their fucking 4th of July ad.
I haven't seen it. Don't tell me. I don't want to.
It's no different from the rest of their ads that they put up like every Christmas and Thanksgiving, I think. Maybe no, Easter. I think Easter's the other one.
Apparently, I've missed it. I didn't even know Hobby Lobby had ads.
They've been doing it for a while, since like '96, I think.
Oh.
They've been doing it every 4th of July, Easter, and Christmas, because in their view, those are the holidays that people forget the real meaning of. And so you need to remember that.
And buy lots of decorations.
Huh?
And buy lots of decorations.
Yeah, of course. Buy lots of decorations from Hobby Lobby, but more importantly, remember Jesus on those days.
Yeah.
So it's like NRA. He's got like the cut off denim booty shorts. He's out like blasting an AK and like a Roman candle.
Yeah, of
The
course.
real Jesus for the July.
Drinking an American flag Bud Light.
What the fuck is wrong with you guys?
A lot.
Yeah. I can
Why
tell.
do you keep inviting us to your home?
Yeah, no,
Yeah, we're the bad
I'm
ones.
literally asking myself that question constantly, consistently.
You didn't feel like any maybe consistencies when you started reading the Code Ball dinner party house takeover thing.
Which one?
Where are the Cobalts? They're the Cobalts.
When everybody started walking through the fields, I mean, walking through the forest, calling people Charlie.
You won't do that anymore. We built such a good character. Look.
Get fucked.
You know,
You build those worlds.
Yeah, didn't.
he builds them, we fuck them.
I'm not fucking.
I hate how accurate that is, but okay.
You.
All right, so
Crazy.
what are you guys doing today?
Talking to the chief.
As a group?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was great.
All right. Easy enough to find. Heading towards the center of the village, you see the chieftain in conversation with a small group of other Sverfneblin.
Does it look like it's urgent? They're just.
They look relaxed. They look like they're just in calm conversation.
Okay, I'll ask him if he would like to, if he has time to kind of step to the side and discuss something a little more private about encounters.
You don't speak nobody speaks Gnomish here, do you?
I thought
we were speaking under common.
Yeah, no, I know that.
I thought we determined that the chief spoke common.
Correct.
He speaks common, under common.
He turns back to the rest of the group of Sverfneblin and mutters something in a very rumbling tone before turning back to you. Yes, of course. What can I help you with?
try and get kind of out of, not ridiculously far, but out of earshot of the others.
Please. Walk with me. And he leads you over towards the section of the buildings that are all still crumbled, that you can see several of the larger earth elementals still moving about, collecting stones.
You know magic better than I do.
This is a more private area.
Appreciate it. We encountered that necromancer.
Y'all are speaking in undercommon. I can't understand.
I thought you cast that fucking
I
spell.
did. I normally cast that spell, but had I known that y'all were going to be like solely conversing in undercommon, I would have cast it beforehand.
That's all he speaks.
No, he's spoken to us in common.
Correct.
That's it.
Yeah, he's speaking in common.
Okay.
Is he currently speaking in
He
common?
is currently speaking in common.
Okay, cool. But you said you were going over there to speak in undercommon.
No, I didn't. They're like, who can talk? Well, we spoke to him.
No, I asked if anybody spoke Gnomish because it
Right.
was Deep Gnome is what he was speaking to the others.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's why I was asking.
Okay. It made it seem like you were going over there to. I misunderstood that, I guess. Okay.
No problem.
So we found the necromancer, and we had a chat with him. He will be casting a spell to clear this area out very soon. 10 days.
Well,
You
8 days.
watch his
8
whole
days.
you watch his whole body tense up as you're speaking.
His plans were in effect before we even got there. We were just lucky enough that he told us. So I understand that the area might have some significance to you and your people, but would it be better to relocate and, continue to live, or stay and wait for him to kill you, which I think is probably the worst thing you could possibly do. But you're welcome to make your choice.
Of course, we'll try to assist you.
With the last of your words, you see he doesn't look visibly angry, but his hands at his sides start shaking with like clenched fists.
I notice his hands, right?
It's pretty obvious, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not.
As you start talking, he kind of just turns around, looking at the whole entire area. What were you gonna say?
Of course, if you need to move, R and I know would assist you.
I'll assist you to move, but
Of course.
He said he was sending a storm much more powerful than the last one.
Just looking around from broken pile to broken pile. Turning in a circle, he comes back around to where you guys are in the direction past you, as some of the buildings that have been rebuilt. And visibly, you watch as all of the tension just drains from his body. We cannot hope to survive a second one. This place has been our home for over 1,000 years. And while it has a certain sentimental value, leave we must.
I'm relieved to hear you say that. How much land do we have around the cabin?
they're deep enough that they wouldn't be comfortable in circles. destabilizing the area around the ground around the tower. That's the idea.
They're not termites.
Are you discussing this out loud?
Yeah, I am.
I mean, there was a possibility for you to have, we have an area where we've laid claim on the prime material plane. Easily enough, we could attempt to get you to a new area.
Area without worms and necromancers.
Well,
and
no,
stuff.
Don't listen to him.
No, we're not going to paint a picture of paradise, but
It's
should
not.
you
It's
feel
not a
like
picture of paradise. There are still normal dangers.
should you feel like maybe it's time to change planes completely, you might be able to offer some help.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll help you relocate here.
Our people originally came from your plane of existence. The only thing that has kept us here so long is our attachment to where we live. If the offer stands, we will take you up on it.
And we'll look into preparations. How large of a village do you still have?
There are currently 72 adults and 28 children.
7 children, 1 adult. I think
We were nearly 3 times that number before the last storm.
This isn't a Walmart where you can go pick up the kid you want in parking.
no, you went along with it. I offered. You went along with it. They took it. I'm gonna get my fucking kid in the tower, and I did it the nice way.
And you can take it as an apprentice.
If I can't steal the kid, I'll steal the village. Fuck you. It takes the village to get that child, and
So,
it worked. And it worked. And you went along with it. You helped me do it, Mr. Goody Two Shoe Wizard. I'm going to be diplomatic, and you helped me.
we know the way back to the portal through which you arrived. I estimate it would take us 5 days to get enough of our supplies to that location and have our people prepared.
If you can, I cannot hold the gate open for very long. So once everything, we have to make sure absolutely everything is set beforehand before we go through. And then we're gonna go through. We will lead you down out through our tower, and then we will go about discussing where your new settlement will be.
I mean, the tower will accommodate them until then.
Temporarily.
We have minor magics that could keep the portal open slightly longer.
Okay.
How long do you think you can keep it open yourself?
6 seconds.
Myself, yeah, 6 seconds.
I mean, every adult keeps a kid. You have a few more minutes.
What's that?
And your magic might another few seconds.
It should suffice to get everyone through.
Okay. So we can work on the gathering preparations. Maybe start a cache right at the locations of the scout.
I will inform the elders, and we will start immediately. Thank you for everything that you've done.
Of course. I need to say.
And he walks off back towards the group that he was talking to previously in the center of the village.
After he walks off, I kind of have an idea where they can also provide us with a little bit of help as far as the worm goes. As we're leaving, they could we could set traps, and once the spell for the storm, once we know exactly when it's going to happen, and we know the day it's going to happen, we can set traps to go off that'll help draw the worm back here. So when the worm arrives, it gets caught in the spell.
Okay. I mean, the spell's going to be mostly like a natural disaster.
Yeah, it's not going to draw it. The spell won't draw it. The noise of the spell won't draw it. The noise of civilization draws it. Has drawn it.
Correct. Honestly, the spell doing too much damage. It might help confuse it since it seems to have issues with sound. So if it's very wet, windy, that might
I
disorient it.
don't think it's a storm in the literal sense.
I don't know. Ark can hear word, Ark can use word. They said storm. I'm going with storm.
Whenever one would refer to a storm using magic, it's more of a storm of chaotic energies. Less rain and wind, more magic and fire and death and despair.
Okay.
Yeah, no, definitely so.
I was looking for one.
Yeah, wind and rain, hypothetically, would be nice to confuse it, but fire, lightning, ice, damage of a monumental magical nature.
Oh, only one way to find out. So then we're planning to try and do this on the day of their exodus? Or are we going to send them through the portal themselves and then that gives us still like another 2 or 3 days on our own here?
That gives us 2 days to prepare. Well, that gives us, roughly 2 days to prepare.
Should be fun.
We can't prepare as we're helping them leave. But
But I think, are we going to try and do this on the same day and on the 5th day when they're leaving, draw the worm? Or are we going to let them go through the portal by themselves and then us stay behind for another day or 2 and fight the worm?
we're going to come back with them. We're going to, once they're settled, we'll come back through the portal. I don't. Am I missing something?
No, that's fine. I'm asking for it.
Well, I mean, for one thing, depending on what else you all want to get accomplished here on this plane, on the plane of Earth,
Right.
Yeah, we're on.
remember that there is travel time from location to location.
We've got 8
So-
days. They've got 5 days, so that gives us roughly 2. Spend on 2 days of free time.
Okay. Is there anything? Is there anywhere else?
Well, while the Swift Nebulin are preparing, there's nothing saying that you guys can't go and do something else.
Yeah.
While they're taking their, the time that they need to prepare and get everything over by the
So
portal.
there's 8 days.
Okay.
Is there anything else that we wanted to need? Anything left behind that we wanted to try and respond with? We gave up on the cage, right?
It's more upsetting that you went there before I said anything. Right as I was thinking about it.
Is that we gave up on the cage, or are we still thinking about the cage?
I'm still thinking about the cage, but if it's so impossibly heavy that we can't move it,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Was there space on top? Did you drop the portable hole on top of it?
It didn't want to work.
I
that
was
way.
hoping.
I know. I know. It'd be neat if it worked that way, but It has to. When you put a portable hole on something, it has to.
Have
Like,
you tried praying to God hard enough?
yeah, you saw what happened last time I did that. It was like under very dire circumstances. Azuth does not like to be bothered for. I'm afraid to.
Okay, let me. Have you whined to God enough? Works for me.
I don't know what the fuck you're asking right now. I don't understand.
whining.
There's not one God. Out of character, players don't like the characters don't know that there's one God that rules over all.
I didn't say there's one God that ruled over all. There's just only one who gives magic items. Let's be crying one enough to maybe figure out a way to get the fucking cage if he wants it back in that. I don't even actually have a god. My god's just a jackass like college boy that like popped in from another fucking world. Well, you know what? Everyone else is like, I have a god with a strong innate history. Mine's just like,
He's an Amish kid on fucking holiday.
You know what? I'll be real with you. That really just sounds like a you problem.
I don't even have a god.
You don't have 5th level spells yet, do you?
Not yet. Not yet. Soon, but not
I
yet.
mean,
No.
would there
I
be
mean-
anything magical enough to put force on it to move it? Do we think we could trick the necromancer into moving his spell anymore? Like how many days away are we from the house?
Yeah, how many days?
From the hags,
From where the hags were.
just under a day.
I mean,
It's
that's
just under a day to get to where they're at.
that's not that much further. If we could
Or no,
find,
sorry, just over a standard day's travel.
you want to try and trick him into like chasing us, but we lead him to the hag slayer and say the storm does anything to the cage?
He doesn't have to chase us.
Well, the storm chases us.
Storm doesn't have to chase us.
Okay, I'm trying.
No, I understand, and I'm answering. Like I'm like,
I mean, unless you're willing to piss off the necromancer.
I'm not.
I'm good at it.
Yeah. That makes you a party of one. We're not splitting the party. We're splitting in two parties. Like you going off to die, and the rest of us who are gonna live. Like that's how that's gonna work. Like
I'm thinking y'all are.
no. You're not. You're going fucking alone.
You have stone shape, right?
Yeah.
Couldn't you theoretically just use stone shape to make it like a slope beneath the cage?
And slide it? If Jesse figures something out and you did, I'm going to lose my absolute shit.
Do I have stone shape?
You just
I
said you
either
did.
have stone. No, well, I either have stone shape or erupting earth prepared.
I know you
I
have
think
erupting
erupting
earth.
I don't have stone shape prepared, but I do have it.
Would that work?
Hypothetically,
And then if we use the ring of the ram to push it down, if we needed to, we don't really technically still know if it's attached to the ground or not. We didn't get that far.
we didn't get that far. And to be completely fair, I didn't have the spell prepared. Whenever we went there,
That's fine. That's fine. So that's only 2 days away. So we've got 6 more. So that's gonna be an adventure.
okay.
Spare. Okay.
Do we have any backups? Could we use the worm to
Oh shit.
disturb it?
To move the cage?
Yeah.
Spare the dying is an interesting little cantrip.
Yeah, you should look up Toll the Dead.
You should look up stone shape.
Honey, with a dex like that, you don't need to read books. Just close it.
Hey. Yeah, what the hell was that?
Ranged weapon.
Ranged weapon that disappeared.
Nice,
Oh, good.
nice delivery on that one, Jesse. I'll tell you that much. Nice delivery.
You still
on that
looking
one.
for what hit you?
We're trying to help you.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I'm just kind of curious about where it went now.
I feel. I'm perfectly
Remember
okay
you
with
kept
this
telling
now.
us you're sober?
You know, I've seen
I
plenty
have.
of dogs on the receiving end of that one. I've never seen a human on the receiving end of that one.
Where'd
Yeah.
he go? Where'd he go?
Where did he go?
Fuck you.
He threw it.
All right, so
That's how I am.
He heard range and was just like, this must be something he threw.
what are you guys doing?
Apparently,
Really
we're gonna
managed to reach
try
me with that?
and
Yeah.
give
I can do it
the,
again if you want.
It's not.
We're gonna give the cage one more go, I guess. Do we have any other plans for the cage before we walk out there? 2 days hike.
I could do erupting earth on it, but again, there's no guarantee.
Well, no shit. There's no guarantee. But how many of those things can you cast?
I can cast that one twice if I need to.
Okay, so and still cast whatever he said.
Oh
You
no,
can cast each one
erupting
once.
earth. Actually, I can cast that a few times.
Stone shape.
Stone shape. I
Level
can cast that. Yeah, that's a second level spell. Erupting earth. I can cast that 3 times.
3 times and cast the other one too if it doesn't work.
Yeah, I can cast that one. Yeah, twice. Total of 5 uses to try to work this out.
Okay. Worth it? Not
Yeah.
worth it? We don't technically have the Ring of the Ram because we're not allowed to keep his fucking hands for whatever reason.
Probably because they're attached to him.
They don't have to be.
They don't.
They come unattached.
no,
if we
they don't
text-
come unattached. They're made to be unattachable.
If we text Daniel real fast and we're like, "Hey,
If he hops on
Ring of the
Discord
Ram.
real quick and does some rolls. Daniel, I know you're going through a rough time, but I really need you to do like 3 d20 rolls for me, bud, right now.
Sorry guys. I'm gonna stay here and help out this first nublin, get them to where they need to go.
Would you do it for Modelo?
Under normal circumstances, yes, but I'm not quite feeling myself today.
you look a little
If it was
uglier."
really, Daniel, I could just do it like little blocks of cheese cubes down the hall and I'd get them anywhere I fucking want. This isn't fair.
You could just place a bunch of drinking
Okay,
forms
so if
along
you
the way.
can't shake it loose by moving the ground, yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, that's about it.
Do you have any force spells, strength spell?
I'm not that kind of wizard.
So you just play with weather and elements?
Basically.
There's no wind or force strength and any of that stuff?
No. If I had anything else, I'd let you know.
Do we think it would act like metal? Like if we like made it really cold and icy, would it shrink and maybe bolts separate from the ground? Why are you crunching?
Just crunching on the wings. Nope, on the belly for the Velcro. So because you're trying to get the catnip that's in there.
So shall we start heading to the hag?
Yeah,
now?
yeah. Well, I mean, we can figure it out when we walk.
Yeah.
We'll tell the chieftain we're roughly where we're headed, so if something happens, they know where to send a scout and make the day's travel.
Do we not want to set a bit more of a brisk pace for this, just so we have more time?
No, because
When I get there, I need to choose to prepare the spell.
yeah, so we have a day to talk and walk and figure it out.
Yeah.
And look for that fucking orange eye since we still don't know who is doing that.
I mean, as we're
So
walking,
we'll
I'm
still-
not turning off my dispel detect magic sight.
Okay.
That's not the same thing as your magic sight that got you all your spell slots stolen away, right?
It is.
Okay, so
But as we get closer, as we get there,
just making sure. I don't know. I'm making
You
sure,
just gotta
like,
watch for the fog, honestly.
I'm watching for the fog. I'm watching for the eye.
Okay. So you guys are heading off towards the hag's lair.
Okay.
Get
Okay.
off of that.
Wait.
Get off of that.
That
Started
eyeball,
chewing on cords again, so watch out.
that eyeball might be the aboleth, actually.
Could be. Yo, get away.
Yeah, it could be. It could be the Sultan. I don't know what the Sultan looks like. Entirely.
Didn't have eyes.
No eyes.
Yeah, it did.
I thought he had eyes, but it was like that. Like I've been underwater. So.
He had the aboleth, 4
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah, you did?
4 vertical eyes running up the forehead.
I must have missed that.
That'd
Go.
be interesting.
Go away. No, bitch. I'm actually trying to shoo you away without hurting you.
Come here, I know he's being mean.
It's always me.
I'm not being mean. She's chewing on cables.
Yeah, the monster manual has a picture of the aboleths. This one is different from that one.
Oh, okay. So
But
I'm
close
going,
enough.
I'm going off the picture in my head.
All of James' stuff is different.
Right?
Oh my god, my notebook.
This AO is a fucking hunt.
You're not wrong.
Please don't say that shit. Only still got 8 days on this plane. Hopefully, only 8 days left on this plane. Please don't tell me.
Hopefully
sure-
only 8 days left on the plane.
I'm pretty
I
sure
don't wanna die here.
the time we spent on this plane, I've healed you guys more times than most parties heal like their
Get healed
entire
ever.
course.
Okay, true.
However,
A lot of your healing also goes to you, and it's not because of legitimate things.
I mean, and like you can call it healing, but you know,
It's not healing.
technicality.
Egan.
I mean, it does heal you. It just
The power.
it undoes your wounds.
Undoes your
Your
wounds. It unwounds you.
Yeah.
It's a no more hurt spell basically.
Kiss
You
my
can
alley, Mommy.
think of it as the gaslighting version of a cure wounds. It doesn't actually remove your wounds; it just convinces you that they were never there.
Mm-hmm.
But we have memories of getting hurt and then like
Yeah.
time going backwards.
Just like
Right?
gaslighting.
Yeah.
True, but you have no physical proof of it,
Just
so
like gaslighting.
he can just be like, "No, you were never actually hurt." You can be like, "Yeah, I was. I remember being hurt," and he can be like, "No, look, there's no wounds on you."
Nice.
Healing
Even now
you?
know.
Reverse? What the fuck are you talking about?
All right, so traveling.
All right, make plans while we're traveling. Try to make slope.
Yeah.
Can we do anything else to knock it down?
Traveling.
Not that I'm aware of.
While we're traveling, I'm still curious about the that eye, so I'm still going to be looking as best I can. I know it's still likely magic
Yeah.
light that triggers it, and we don't have our handy dandy clap on, clap off light anymore. You know, don't think about
Speaking of which, you holding a torch?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
you can't cast light.
No.
He's not that kind of wizard.
How good are you?
Oh. Okay. That's fine.
Okay. About midday,
Mhm.
when you guys are stopping to take a short rest, grab something to eat. Dothramar, scanning around with your detect magic vision.
Mhm.
You catch, popping into existence, over Arkin's right shoulder,
Mhm.
a familiarly described red orb. Reddish orange orb.
Okay. I'm not going to be looking directly at it, but can I tell where it's looking?
It's looking in the general vicinity over her shoulder at the whole entire party.
Gotcha.
It's not looking at my book, is it?
Okay.
Do you have your book out on this, on while you would be eating?
Probably, honestly.
It would just be looking generally in your direction, the whole party. Yeah.
That's up to you. What you do with it? I prefer nonchalant. However, Doth would act is how Doth would act.
Making small talk, I'm assuming,
Mhm.
what we've been doing.
Mhm. Jesse, can you do me a favor? Can you grab me a Baja Blast, please?
You're asking me things.
Huh?
Nothing.
Why, it's not going to work. Not going to work. Making small talk is, Arkin, are you still, you've been working fairly often in the kitchen in the tower, correct?
Correct.
Would you mind picking up a few things for me next time you go to a shop?
Sure.
Okay, I'm just gonna pull out a quill and a piece of paper and be like, just a normal list of like certain dietary restrictions for elves. You know,
Of course you would.
Grass and butterflies and such.
Yes, says the scat-eating shithead.
Of course, they're too delicate to eat just anything. They're too proud.
And
What was his
For the-
finest life?
in Elvish, yes, no, in common. Maybe Dwarvish?
Common, undercommon, thieves, camp, primordial, deep speech.
Good.
And I'm working on Sylvan.
Sylvan doesn't have a written English, does it?
Yeah, it does. It uses a very flourishy, modified, or I guess you could call it a prehistoric version of Elvish.
Yeah.
There are similarities, but not enough to know, not enough to translate between the two.
Mhm.
But
Latin
there's
versus
definitely
Romanian.
similarities.
So you speak the Romanian, I speak the Latin.
Gotcha. Oh, fuck. Oh. Well, regardless, in common, I'll be writing it very, very small. Over right shoulder.
Mhm.
Okay. Don't freak out. Okay. And just folding it up, passing it over.
Alright, well, the monk and I are making fun of you, so we're going to see what Princess can eat. And then, as soon as I see him, I'm going to close really fast. I realize it's not food list.
Good to know. Okay.
Is the guy still there?
I is still there. I already rolled for it, so we're good.
How does it react when I flip my list open and close?
There's no reaction from the eye. Stay stationary. Still in the same spot.
I have a question about command.
Okay.
If a creature is looking through an arcane eye,
Nay.
no, it's not going to work.
No. The creature itself would have to be within range.
Telling what we
There's
can rest
dog shit sage advice things about stuff like this that I don't like. I got into an argument with people about it who felt that certain things would. This came across because somebody was saying that the invoked duplicity of a trickery cleric.
Mm-hmm.
If, like, say, a counter spell is cast on that when the person is casting the spell through it, instead of having the actual cleric in range. We've had this conversation.
Yeah.
There's a whole sage advice about that if taken literally the way that Jeremy Crawford says that. Is it Jeremy Crawford? Yeah, I think it's Jeremy Crawford was the one who actually did it. If taken absolutely literally would allow such stupid bullshit like what you're talking about.
Mhm.
I have no interest in allowing it.
That's fair. I get that.
How long have we been into this rest at this point? Was this almost as soon as we started making camp?
This would have been probably close to about 10 to 15 minutes into making camp.
Okay. I guess I'm just going to do my usual.
We're currently about 5 minutes after the eye has appeared at this point.
Okay.
I'm going to go scout real
It's
quick
still there?
around the camp. Real quick, just do my usual thing. Walk around.
Okay.
Kind of walk around, circle. Do what I would usually do when I catch check with breaks.
Watching the eye, it stays located in the same spot, about 2 feet back and about 2 feet up over her right shoulder. Stays located in that same spot
Even if she's walking around?
as she walks around.
Find the mark. Here.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm not blasted. Dothamar is not blasted.
He wants information.
Dothmar's not what?
Blast happy.
Oh,
Like,
gotcha.
I mean, he's never been gun shy, but at the same time, he's like, knows when to hold it. God.
I mean, all we can do is all we can do. But at least now we know it follows me.
Unfortunately, I've been very Delphine's always been very blunt and to the point about things. This is one of those moments where it's like a need for
Keep it
subtlety.
in your fucking head. Keep it in your fucking head. Just keep it in your fucking head.
Yeah.
Wait, did we see this before we
Start a
fought the Medusa?
diary. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, we saw it when we were leaving the house.
That's it. Yep. And it's staying over her shoulder. Like even if she's looking away from us, it's looking over her shoulder still,
Correct.
not at us.
Correct.
Okay, cool. When she goes to turn, like if her back's ever to us, I want to take a better look at the eye.
Okay. It's a simple magical sensor. It looks as if an actual eyeball has been removed from a socket and is just simply faintly glowing in your magic sight.
I think I might know what it is, but I don't want to give it up.
I'm gonna go ahead and start to try to identify.
Identification has no effect on it.
Ooh.
I think it's my jar of eyeballs.
Very, very few things are hidden from identify. One of them being divine.
I don't want to.
Well, no, not necessarily. Identify works just like the identify spell.
Yeah.
And so magical effects themselves are not affected by identify.
Okay. Do I see anything? Well,
Your detect magic sight does obviously register this as magical effect, divination class.
Okay. Can I try to identify its source?
No,
No.
not with anything that you've used so far.
I can't, like, even like staring at it, not trying to identify it, trying to get a better read on its aura. Like, can I see, like, any kind of, like,
No.
tether? Like, leading off into a direction?
You can't see anything, can you?
I can't necessarily answer that question
Oh my god.
because I'm a DM.
I don't like you.
Blink twice
I
if you need
can't answer
help.
that. Huh?
Blink twice if you need help.
I am not trapped in my own self, if that makes sense. Okay, that's not entirely true. I am always trapped in a prison of my own
Mortal
making.
form.
I am always trapped in a prison of my own making, but that's different.
Perpetually dying meat suit.
So,
Well, I'm gonna come back. Rest is over, correct?
well, I mean, about 5 minutes after you walk away from the party, going about your whole entire everything, Dathmar sees the eye wink out of existence.
I'm gonna look around.
Nothing new.
Okay, cool. Just gonna transmit everything that I know, understand.
Yep.
You know, back. It's just like it's focused on you.
What the fuck?
Okay. Do you have anything on you that anything is like missing, or because now you're the focus. What you got that something's looking for you for? Because now you're putting the rest of us in danger. Do I see the same facial expressions?
I mean, it's up to her.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Spit it out. The sooner you get this done and over with, the sooner we fix
The
it.
only thing that I could think of that might relate, I'm gonna pull out the bag of eyeballs, the ones I had in the bag in the bag.
All right.
I'm gonna hand it to you. In the bag.
Okay. Is the bag magical?
No. I was just using it like a pillowcase so they can't look at me or my bag.
Just like a simple sack.
Yeah,
Cool.
I just don't want them looking at my bag.
Detect magic sight.
There's a faint aura of magic. One abjuration. And the second, it's a faint abjuration magic and a faint necromancy. Both about the same strength. Both very faint.
Very faint.
Mhm.
But constant.
Yeah, consistent.
Consistent. Cool. Can I identify the necromancy?
It's not an item, so you don't necessarily get a read on what it is, but you can kind of get a sense that it's some sort of a faint animation, like an animating
Okay.
magic.
What about the abjuration?
A preservative.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, this might be it, but I'm becoming more doubtful. Like, I didn't take it out of the bag.
Right.
I'm going to hand back the pillowcase of eyeballs. What else? Did you steal anything from someone powerful?
Other than you?
Yes. I appreciate the compliment. I'll take what I can get.
Not really.
Not really isn't no.
Are you guys walking while you're talking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't really think of anything that comes to mind. Let's walk at every gold coin.
I really don't want to look at every single gold coin you have. It's mentally taxing.
Me or the coins?
No contender.
I've got this, but the eye was around before it. I'll show you the cape or the hood.
The hood. Okay. I'll take the hood and I'll try to identify it.
Okay. I completely forgot to print the paper out, but you have the one that I sent you, which was the final version. That was the official version.
At least one of us got something from the necromancer. Other than
The
the
plus
headache.
2.
Actually, no. I actually got quite a good amount of information.
There's a lot of information gained.
Yeah. I know everything I was told. I didn't write it in here, but I've got it written completely.
There was a lot of information gained.
Oh, yeah.
You guys didn't gain his trust, but he definitely liked you way more than he expected to from the very beginning.
We also gained 24 hours of bliss after that.
Sweet, sweet silence.
Did you say that in game?
Nope.
Oh, you're learning.
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
Of silence.
Goodbye,
If I remember right from last weekend, it was like a +2 wisdom and like dark vision or some shit.
3 uses of silence. Cast on yourself. Centered on yourself. So it moves with you. Which is something the real silence spell cannot do.
I remember
No,
that.
it says can't open. Being a bitch.
What?
Anyway.
Alright, cool. Anyway, I'll send it to you.
Not
But-
it. Probably not it because we were saying before I took that.
Okay, yeah, it's probably not it, but still, good to know.
Mine.
Quite a few of my spells require verbal components, as I figured out the hard way when I tried to kill you guys.
Oh, pull the dick a little further out of the room, dude.
As I sit there and try to kill you all.
Aren't rogues supposed to be the edgelords?
Oh, they're close.
Dothamar's not an edge lord.
What's that?
Dothamar's not an edge lord.
He's an edge overlord.
That's good. That's a good. That's
He-
You're an
He's-
edge Nazi.
Oh God, no.
I mean, that's actually not a terrible description. A little bit closer towards like an arrogant edgelord, so not the like pouty, pathetic ones,
He's a
but
milf.
definitely more of an
He's
I mean,
milf.
at the end of the day, he's a At the end of the day, he's a high elf,
You act
and
like
he's
an elf.
playing him very much like a arrogant, haughty edgelord high elf. I mean, it's just it's part of how they are.
So, inspiration point for playing my character, true. Yeah.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. No. Okay.
Let's
Okay.
see if it gives me something where you have to really make a choice at it.
Well, the thing is, like, Dolphmore is going to gain power by any means. So,
You get this,
Sure. you can call it however he wants, but he's not doing it for, like, himself.
Who is he doing it for?
You don't need to know
Ah, cool. So he went warlocking, not wizarding. It's a trap.
It's a trap! I've cast way more than 2 spells that require spell slots. Try again.
I don't know.
In a
That
single day.
I don't know. That spinning thing goes zoom through the sky. I don't know what the fuck it is.
I made y'all fly.
We see big flash and
I
stuff.
didn't fly. I actually took the fucking stairs.
Yeah,
You
because
lazy
you-
magic users.
Lazy magic users. You mean how we chose to not hinder you?
Yeah.
You're the best at sneaking around.
Oh, well,
I'm
with
not.
Cody gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shut the f-
We don't have our paladin of stealth anymore.
Oh, God.
It actually hurts saying paladin.
All right, so continuing to walk.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Well, in that case, should I be scouting ahead like normal, and this time you're looking to see?
Yeah.
I really don't know what else I got into.
Well, this was also natural light that it appeared in, so we'll see if that
I'm
might have
trying to
something
think
to do
of
with
what
it.
I.
I'm digging the picture for that.
Did you get
Ooh!
a file for it?
Yeah.
Send it to me.
No. I'll send it. God damn. Yes, I'll send it.
Send it.
Yeah, here, I already have it, so I'll just send it to her. The one that I sent was the actual file, so I figured it wouldn't. There was a possibility it wasn't going to
I don't
open.
know. Do I still glow the same fucking colors that I used to?
Do you what?
Ooh, good question. I'm gonna look at her a little bit more intently with my magic set. I sent it to her.
Oh, cool. So now you have doubled up.
There you go.
That's fine. Stuff is stuff.
All right.
Stuff is
Cool.
things.
That's what we call a D&D DP. Double post.
For
What?
globes in my brain.
It's a double post.
D&D DP.
Anywho,
oh,
yeah,
oh, oh, no. Oh, no.
I'm gonna start looking at her a little bit more intently, seeing the magic items that she's carrying. You know, looking at the items that she's carrying.
Okay, what's not in her bag currently? You see her bag of holding, which you know about.
Yeah.
You see the bow, which you know about.
Yep.
You see her rapier, which you know about.
Yep.
I mean, what else do you have that's magic?
Didn't she have
I
like?
mean, you
she had.
Needle.
Right. You see a very, very faint magical aura under the skin of one of her hands.
Okay. Didn't she have boots?
Not that are magical.
Yeah, when
She has
when
boots
we
to winter,
created
man.
them.
Not that are magical.
Not that are magical.
If I'm not using it, it goes in the bag.
Okay.
Would you have potions in external pouches, or would they be in your bag of holding?
Maybe like one of the small ones with an easy reach, but everything else.
Everything else would be in the bag
Yeah.
of holding. The onion too. Okay, so yeah, you would see in one of her side pouches a faint magical aura as well.
Okay. Didn't she have armor?
Not
Yeah.
showing up as magical.
Okay, so the one that's going to stand out to me is definitely what's in her arm.
Mhm.
So I'm going to try to focus on that one a little bit harder.
If you want to go ahead and show him that one.
What?
Fuck you. like a nosy fucking parent that goes to kids' rooms.
Right?
No, I'm not done yet.
It sucks too, because that's one of the last secrets that you had.
Oh no. I'm
Watch
trying
that
to.
paper, because asshole will look
I'm
at it.
trying to figure out why, like, there's descriptors for finesse life and Faerun on here.
I can't tell you how many times I've looked over at people.
Because, gimme.
Says in there why there would be descriptors for that.
Because, gimme.
If you don't read it well enough, that's not my problem. But there's definitely a reason, and it's on that piece of sheet, or on that piece of paper.
A piece of sheet.
Yeah, that piece of sheet.
That's how I'm feeling right now.
Okay. What else do you?
Yeah, I mean, other than that, the only other thing would have been like the small magical aura in her one of her side pouches. But I mean, literally a cursory
I've seen her
glance
pull-
shows
I've-
that. Yeah.
I've seen her pull shit out of there, like potions and shit.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. What do you have in your bag that could potentially cause someone to try to look at everything you're doing?
Yes.
Yes.
No. It's an either or. This is a what?
Well,
Choose.
go ahead and
Take a
roll.
pick.
Go ahead and roll an Arcana check. I mean, this is a fairly simple one.
Pick your choice. I mean, it just depends on how somebody took
If
what
it's
I did.
simple, it doesn't even have to roll for
I don't
Arcana. He
know.
has like a plus
Yeah.
11 to
Okay.
it.
Yeah, only
I don't
based on
usually know
the
how
fact
people
that
take
he
what I
could
do
theoretically
because
fail
I'm
at this
blind
yet.
by
27.
Oh, absolutely,
Theoretically.
no problem. Anything that she would be keeping in her bag of holding is in an extra dimensional space, untrackable by a divination spell, unless there is something unusual about the divination spell.
Mm-hmm.
But from everything that you know, whatever's in her bag should be safe.
Okay. All right,
No different from your own personal portable hole.
And I kept my old bag. Dang, what about the name?
Want to try putting the bag of eyes in there in case?
Well, that's where my bag of eyes stay. I don't
Oh,
just walk
then-
around with.
yeah.
Yeah. You guys
She
would
said
have
she
taken
pulled it out
that
of the
really,
bag.
really well.
Mhm.
You guys would have taken that really, really well. Like
Right.
Scaredy Cat arc, and earlier when I was in the form of Umbra, walking around the jar the size of me, it's just of eyes, like a little teddy bear. Like,
Well, you didn't have those at that point.
no, I was not as mini.
But it's cute to
Umbra.
think about.
I got them as mini.
No, you got them right after you gained your body back.
Did I? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
from
because it
off
was
the shelf.
after,
Off the
yep,
shelf.
off the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, when you could reach the shelf.
Right.
I'm
She-
sorry.
She keeps nearly everything in her bag of holding so
Yeah.
that she can keep her encumbrance for more children.
Hey, exactly. See, who gets it?
All right, so
I mean, I like you guys. Like, I'm gonna try and like swim in a cave.
continuing to walk for the rest of the day.
I'll scout ahead, so if something pops over my shoulder, he'll see it from the back end, hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay. You reach the spot that you had rested 2 separate times before. You know that about another hour up, 45 minutes to an hour up, is where the hag's lair is.
Mm.
So I see the fog.
Not as of yet, no.
No.
I don't have my fireball blade.
Well, guys, we're getting close to the dolls again.
Right.
Shut your mouth.
So this is where I think we should go ahead and we should make camp for the night, and that way in the morning I can choose to I can prepare stone shape.
Mhm.
That way we can go ahead and get that, and then I could probably go ahead and cut like a good chunk of our travel time down on the way back.
Is that the only one you think you need?
I mean, I'm going to prepare the rest of my spells for the day as well, but like I'll have stone shape and erupting earth both prepared.
Do we have any other backup plan A, B, C?
No, there's not really anything else I can I readily can do.
What if, can you like turn the ground into a slope and then make it icy?
I can make the area around it icy.
And you don't think using like heat metal or ice or whatever on it to try and change the stability of the metal?
I prepare heat metal for regularly since the frost foul.
Mm-hmm. What about ice? Because
Well, the ray of frost I have, it costs me nothing.
I don't.
No, I'm just letting you know.
I'm just going through other options that way. Like we basically only have one.
It also doesn't leave ice for very long.
No,
Yeah,
Very,
I'm
very
just
short
trying
period
to
of time.
like warp the metal, like if it's attached to the ground in some non-magical way, like just metal.
The cold from that spell in particular dissipates very fast. You would not be able to cool the metal enough to make any substantial difference.
Yeah, I'll pass. Yeah,
No,
Baltimore
something
would
like
know
that.
that, like
Yeah.
off rip and be
Okay.
like, yeah. I'll
These
pass
these
that.
are cantrips. They're easy. They've been around forever. You would know the ins and outs of.
I'm
Them.
trying to help you find other.
No, I
options.
understand that, and I'm answering your questions.
Okay,
though.
I know.
Like I'm not even. Am I being an asshole about it?
No,
No, nothing I can tell.
Yeah,
I didn't say you're being an asshole. I called you an asshole yet, have I?
Yet.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay.
I'm saying we're not coming back here again.
Okay. No. We're not coming back here.
all right. So long rest. Who's doing what?
Whaleman's.
Layman's hut.
Oh man, I should have worn the shirt.
I mean, you could technically go put it on.
Yeah, I know. But that's. I don't know. That just seems.
But if you did it on camera, we might have to change the age rating.
No, we keep the age rating the same.
You just have to put warning there's a bear in here.
There's two bears. If you want to get technical.
If you want to get technical about
Well,
it.
he's not in the video.
Yeah, he is. He can be heard.
Bear ASMR?
I'm ever present.
Yep.
Fucking omnipotent.
I knew you were gonna say that. All right, so end of the night preparations. Layman's hut.
Yeah, I'll do
I need
mine.
to send you. I'll send you the list of all the spells that I put into
During
Lorestone.
the 18 hours, whatever. Yeah,
Yeah,
no problem.
well, I actually ended up getting it down to like 14 hours.
Mhm.
You know, just because of like, we're rations, travel.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, I'll do an hour now and an hour up.
An hour now and an
For
hour.
my
I was about to get up
casual
now.
time, my
Yeah.
2 hours
Gotcha,
of
gotcha,
casual
gotcha.
time between sleep.
Okay.
So I guess the usual walk around, check
Yep.
with Umbra.
Okay.
Have I got anything back from the giantess? Meh. Trying to keep track of everyone.
Yeah, I mean you contacted her the first time,
Mhm.
and yes, she would have contacted you back. Nothing super important, just general talk. You know, letting you know how everything's
Yeah.
going. You would have at this point have already found out, like, she had told you several stories about like the general that like you all helped frame for the everything being demoted, and he's starting to work his way back up again, but he seems to be a lot more humbled now than he was before. There's, a handful of other pranks that she's pulled on some of the other people, but none of them as good because, nobody else there is really as much of an asshole as that guy was. So it's more of good-hearted pranks. Just generalized, how's everything going, updates kind of talk.
Okay. So I'll update her a little bit, maybe leave out some of the more ominous
Going on.
current goings, but stuff a little bit further in the past. I'll keep her up to date. I'll use my sending stone with R just to check in with him.
Mhm.
Everything's good. We're here. Da da da. Eyeball. Nothing out of the norm. Check in with Umbra. See. You're still doing okay with everything. Nothing going on.
No, Umber seems to be doing good. Nothing really new to report. Umber seems to be adjusting well.
They don't. Can I try and convey like the orb to them? They don't recognize it or have any ideas.
The orb to who?
Umbra.
Oh, like the eye?
Mhm.
There's just the mildest sense of confusion and
Okay.
no sense of recognition.
Cool things.
Yeah.
Okay. They're doing good. We're doing good.
All right. Okay. So, Everybody good for a long rest?
Yeah.
Everything changed up? Everything done?
Mhm.
I also forgot I had Earth Tremor. One of the other Earth spells that I bought.
Right.
I mean, it's a
Yeah, it was
lower.
3 of them if I remember right.
Yeah.
Earth
It was,
Tremor, Erupting Earth, and Stone Shape.
yeah.
So you have the set.
Yeah. First, third, and fourth levels
Okay.
for those.
Cool.
Well, like a first level spell, like the equivalent to something like that would be.
Okay.
Fuck. Okay then. Sorry.
She hasn't played her Artificer yet. She doesn't care.
Yeah. No. You're gonna have fun with that.
All right. So.
She's like, I'm not casting spells. I'm just gonna use the spell slots to do stuff.
Exactly. A lot of unseen servant.
Yeah, good fucking luck with that.
Tell her unseen servant to shove you off like a wall or something.
Right?
Just.
I didn't know you could levitate. I'm not. Just like carrying me around.
Okay. So yeah,
All right.
vitamins, and then yeah, there's about an hour before we have to, like, about roughly what time?
I mean, by the time you guys like finger
down.
quotes wake, like, what do you mean, like?
What time do we get down for a long rest? Do we?
This would have been probably somewhere around like 9.
Okay.
Why? You got something to do?
Yeah. That one will be a second level, so that's 16
for the next one.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Total of 16 levels of spells.
Okay.
I'll end up putting in that.
Your lore stone thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
On top of the 7 that are already there.
That's the stone that's like in his head, but it's
How many?
absorbed, right? We can't see it.
You can't. Well, yeah, because you don't. He doesn't keep it.
I've never
visible.
made it visible for y'all.
Oh, besides that one time.
Well, I mean,
When I
they've
first-
seen it like
Yeah.
when you first got
Yeah,
it.
that's
That
why
was
I
it.
thought, like,
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, no one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, except for Gatso. Gatso has no idea.
Gatso has no fucking clue.
No,
So nothing new.
pretty much.
Yeah, well, that's a fair point.
How many can you hold in it?
Yeah, how many can you take?
How many levels of spells?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not answering that. I don't have to.
It's just Piper Perry sitting on the couch.
Oh, it's not odd that he knows the name. I fucking told you.
just surrounded by like black magic spells.
There's just like 6 bone claws standing behind you.
All right.
No, I'm just thinking like the spin-off forms they do, like instead of Edward Scissorhands, it's like dildo hands. Like the bone claw.
I just like the idea. Now I need that as a I just need that. I need that meme rewritten so it's Dothrmar like sitting on the couch, and it's like fireball, lightning bolt, Leomund's tiny hut, like all standing behind him.
Rude stare, and he has the Ankh staff.
I don't think that one really fits quite in the meme.
No, God,
Spell, entity.
Mm.
What are these things? Just doesn't belong here.
All right, so
Now we got all the entities that want to fuck him over, which at this point I'm feeling is getting to be about the same number as black people.
yeah, I mean, pretty much.
In the meme, you dumbass. God damn.
I mean, Amun-Ra was modeled after like Egyptians, so I guess it's still technically, I guess.
The
fits
fact-
Oh, don't start that
Right,
The
bullshit.
fact that the one that's being
Don't
hunted
start
by the
that
Dark Elves
bullshit.
is making jokes about you.
Oh yeah, right.
That's why I was
The
laughing.
one
not-
where it's way more realistic that like you're actually going to get some dark skinned fellows that are really interested to meet you.
I mean,
I mean,
no one's
R
bought
probably
any
will,
of you
too.
yet online, so.
Why did you say yet? No.
I'm still hoping tuition's due again in like a month, so
Oh
someone's got to get sold.
You all might not have opened an OnlyFans account for yourself, but somebody did.
Yeah, You're not wrong. Like I said, no one's bought any of you fuckers on the dark web yet, but one of these days, like, look, at equal opportunity. Like, I put Daniel on there too, and y'all know I like him way more. So I mean, like, it's gonna hurt me if he's the first one that's bought. But
If I go through OnlyFans,
But it'd be understandable with his soft baby skin.
marshmallow, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's like one giant boob. Everywhere's a boob.
if I go through OnlyFans and I see something that says Ark, and I'm putting my phone down.
I'm not selling Arkin. What is wrong with you?
No, I was saying.
No,
Maybe something
Arkin is your black market name.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Not.
Arkin's little shop of twinks.
That's if you start putting me and Cody on
Like
there.
I said, you are on there. What part of you're all on there do you not get? You are on. If I show up and I push you in my fucking trunk, just like you're going to a nice home.
You can't guarantee that.
I don't.
You're
care.
going to see the rabbits, George. You're going to see the rabbits.
It'd be nice
Lenny,
in my
that's right,
childhood
you're going
home.
to
I
see
Like,
the
do you
can
rabbits.
remember,
guarantee
like, in
that.
kindergarten where they used to put, like, papers on, like, your t-shirt with a pen? So
Yeah.
yeah. That's going to be your
Kick
show
me.
papers.
You wake up in some Saudi Arabian country.
You're like, why do I look like Jasmine? Like, I know these are about pajamas,
Right?
but-
Tuition, bud.
Why is there a tiger in the room?
That's... Did you ever read Wicked?
No, I haven't.
Well,
I have
There-
not.
there's definitely a sex scene with a tiger that's rather disturbing.
Good to know. Huh. Now I'm intrigued.
What?
Now I'm intrigued.
So that's how they made Rockstar.
right, so- End of long rest. Everybody ready to go?
yeah.
Yes, I got 2 hours in.
Okay. Cool. I think this is a good spot to go ahead and I have to go pee. So
Yeah.
we'll take a quick break and we should be back very, very shortly.
Yep.
So I'm going to go ahead and end the stream so I can not have to worry about cut paste later.
Well, you can end the stream so you can go start the stream.
Correct.
You're so fun.